Hello and welcome to Today in Film Episode 3. I'm your host, Dominic Parry, and today with me are...
Greg Toby.
And Harry Gibbons.
So today we're going to be talking about the Christopher Nolan film The Prestige, starring Hugh Jackman and Christian Bale. And before we discuss that, we're going to try and give an insight into some of the lacking news this week. So, Harry and Greg, do you want to start off with the Bill and Ted 3 trailer?
Gosh. Yeah, it's sort of out of nowhere. We knew that it was going to be happening, and we knew that it wrapped up most of, if not all of its filming. However, it sort of just dropped out of nowhere, didn't it?
Yeah, like the trailer was released on the official Bill and Ted Day, which is June 9th, 6/9. Yeah. And
9/6.
Well, no, over here it's 9/6, but obviously, America.
In most countries, 9/6. Isn't it?
America, yeah.
They got to be awkward.
But yeah, that's kind of, I mean, Dom, have you seen it? I know you haven't seen the films before, but did you watch the trailer?
I saw the
You
trailer.
saw? And so, as an outsider, what was your sort of perspective?
I thought it was shit.
No.
No offense to anyone who's a fan, but it was
None
the most
taken.
lacking thing I've seen, really. It was just like, it felt like a sequel that never needed to happen.
Yeah.
Like,
That's the thing. It's just been too long.
yeah. But when was it? Was it 90s? Or 80s?
Late 80s, I
Yeah.
believe.
So the first one was released in 1989, and the second one was 1992. So it's been almost 20 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
But when you think, like, when people are saying, like, oh, we want Austin Powers 4 and stuff like that, because that's the one that gets screwed doing this, and Wayne's World 3. Those two, so, Austin Powers was like early 2000s, I think,
Yeah.
or late 90s was that last one. So it's still a jump, but it's also like still in some recent memory.
Yeah.
Like you're not going back to early 90s and stuff.
No.
They should have. I think they should have just rebooted it. We all love Keanu's beloved. We all support the Church of Keanu Reeves.
Of course.
However, it's just it can't, like, these products and IPs can't rely on just, oh, it's him from then. Like, it's like, I like what they're doing with the new Ghostbusters to sort of bring it into a sort of argument of how they should be doing it. They're giving us loose connections. They're giving us new characters to sort of align with. Not the 2016 one, the rumored like official Ghostbusters
Aftermath, is it?
3. Yes.
Aftermath. I saw the trailer for that, and I've kind of seen the first two Ghostbusters, but only like kind of when it was on like ITV and stuff. But
Yeah.
it looked like a film that I'd be interested to go and see. Bill and Ted, on the other hand, I watched that and thought, that looks like something I never want to see because it looks boring.
Oh,
It
God.
does look incredibly generic, if
Yeah.
I'm being honest. It's like, it doesn't really look like it's going to do anything new.
So to break down
Yeah.
the trailer for you, it's these two people who are some reason important for a thing I don't know why, did some concert, and then they've basically become failed musicians, but somehow they were meant to be like saving the world or something, and then like these
Yeah, there was a
space
prophecy.
gods were like
Time
hey,
traveling space
whatever.
90s dudes, basically.
Yeah, it's just, it felt like the worst idea for a film ever. Not really.
It was a
not
product of
worst,
its time. Yeah, it's like the original ones are very watchable, very enjoyable, like cult classics. But it looked like they were just doing a bad impression of old Bill and Ted that we know,
Yeah,
which is
See,
kind of sad to see.
I could, if I had watched that trailer, and I knew that they'd said, right, Bill and Ted 3, it's a spoof. Yeah, we're gonna
Yeah.
ultimate spoof this film. So
Oh, it does look very spoofy.
yeah, but if
I'm
they
being
just
honest
said
there,
this, if
yeah.
they would just came out and said it's a spoof, I could probably look at that trailer and go, yeah, I can see it. But it is too cliche still for a spoofy kind of thing.
Honestly, it's like I think it's Jay and Silent Bob. They're obviously products of the same time, and they released a film. I believe it's either late last year or early this year,
Late
and they
last year, I think.
they market it as almost a spoof. It was like a parody of sort of
But then again,
how.
I'm pretty sure it was anyway.
Yeah, their sort of comedy, their products, and their like characters feed off just like, the impressions of like the 40-year-olds and the kids these days and the wrong uns, and it's just sort of, it doesn't apply to today anymore. There's no surfer skater dudes who just want to be rad like Bill and Ted. Like, it's like stoner comedy, but without the riskiness.
Kevin Smith, the guy who wrote and acted and directed in whatever it's called, thingy, Jay and Silent Bob.
Jay and Silent Bob.
Jay and Silent Bob. I was going to say Bill and Ted, but that's not what I was talking about. But but he has admitted that he is a stoner, or he likes to dabble in it,
Yeah.
So it's believable. But Keanu Reeves and the other guy,
Alex Winter,
yeah.
They don't come across like they didn't write this film. They're not directing it. They're just playing characters.
Does Alex Winter still have a hand in writing it? Because I know he's gone on to be quite a successful writer of different sort of products.
I'm saying from my knowledge, so
yeah,
you guys might know more, but from what I saw, like, it kind of comes across like bring it back to Austin Powers, referring to that Mike Myers always had a hand in that. It was always his thing, kind of like, or at least he worked on it with them. And Bill and Ted kind of comes across like they act in it, but it's not their thing. It's like you could have recast these characters younger.
I mean, they're just two like middle-aged dads now. Like, I don't think there's much. I don't know what this target audience is. If they're trying to capture a new audience with what I'm implying, like what I'm getting from the trailer is it's implying that we're going to see some sort of storyline with their daughters.
I didn't get that.
The two female characters you see at one point, I heard from leaks before that they'd been cast as the daughters of both Bill and Ted, separately. So if this is a weird cash grab at a franchise attempt, obviously I don't want to put words in the mouth of the producers, but I just don't see how
but
this.
It seems very confused.
Exactly, it doesn't seem like a product that has a point A to point B sort of trajectory.
So the only other, apart from Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse 2, when it's basically just announced they're going to production, that's pretty minor news because we kind of knew that was happening. The Oscars, so the Academy Award, has basically come out and basically just said that the Best Picture category is going to be stuck at 10 nominations rather than kind of fluctuating. So they hope to give more films basically that chance, because I think it is a bit unfair if you last year it was 5 and this year it's 10. If it'd been 10 last year, my film would have been in it, like,
it's tough.
Yeah, so
it depends on how much
Uncut Gems, that could have got Best Picture last year if it had been 10.
It's tough because obviously it's having Oscar nomination plastered over your billboards and banners. It adds some credibility to your product that someone may not know if it's not like a big IP like Uncut Gems from the Safdie brothers. It's like you look at it and you're like, I'm not sure what this is, but it says Oscar nominated, so it can't half be bad. So, like, I feel raising it to 10 is almost a bit of a hollow gesture though, because there's still one winner. And
it is, but it does mean that like more people have a chance, essentially. So it's not it's not just like, oh, these are the 5 we think are best. Because I get the feeling there's probably quite a few where they've gone like, oh, these 2 are really good, and we're just gonna have to take a vote on which one gets through.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
That must happen.
Sadly, it will still come down to that, though, don't you think?
It will, but then
eventually,
I feel like to give more films that opportunity, because the Oscars it's a bit like the BAFTAs, isn't it? Where it's like you become a voter,
Yeah.
but so it's these people get to choose, but those aren't the same people who get to choose what films are nominated.
No, yeah.
So
the Academy
definitely not.
themselves
yeah,
do that, right? Where it's like a collection of.
it's
Yes.
like they get like a room of like the top critic or something, and then like
Yeah, it's like a
choose
board
the
of
films.
governors, really.
So
Right,
basically, it's just giving people more of a choice in what they think is the best film. Because I get the feeling that people have probably said to them, I don't like any of these films really. Like that film that you haven't included is that you were looking at. I think that's the best picture.
Very good point.
Because there have been years where like some of the best films of that year aren't even nominated. And it's like,
True.
how can you nominate that film that no one's heard of over this like amazing film that got tons of like recognition and stuff? And
It's
I'm not
all word
saying
of
like,
mouth and everything.
yeah, I'm not saying like, big blockbuster films. I'm saying like the fact that these films kind of, what is it? How many years ago was it that Roma won something that was nominated?
Was it the year
It
before
was
last?
2018.
But that
Yeah.
film, and in that year, there were tons of films in that category I had never heard of.
Yeah.
And I was
I'll
like,
have a look. as
I was
well.
like, what are these films, and how are they so acclaimed by this academy?
Yeah,
Like,
that's the thing. They don't exactly like make them readily available before the Oscars either. Most of them,
Right,
so-
yeah.
you know,
It's
I mean,
usually select
Green Book.
viewers from-
Yeah, I remember Green Book. It only arrived here about a month or two after the Oscars, after it won Best Picture.
well,
Wow.
it's that kind of thing of how can you judge on something if majority of people can't see it? It's like
God.
Parasite.
Hmm.
That got released over the world. Like
Yes.
once it started getting the kind of critical acclaim, and that's why it got into the Oscars really, because it was good.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
If-
a great film.
If you had gone and said, Parasite, this South Korean film that has not been aired in the US anywhere, or the UK or anywhere, just is only in Korea, the chances of that getting nominated are a lot like lower.
Yeah, absolutely.
But then you get
It
films.
sort of lived off the mystery, didn't it?
Yeah.
You heard about Parasite from, the artificial class of the film viewers. They'd be like, oh, you must have seen like Parasite. You must watch Parasite. And it's like, it became almost this word of mouth myth that obviously we had no access to. And I'm not saying like, obviously it's an extraordinary film,
Yeah.
but it's like, it's the best marketing campaign they could ever have is the suspense and this mystique around the product. And hopefully with this increase of, the nominations list, we'll actually get more opportunity to see stuff that we don't just get shoved down our throat by like the side of a cereal box.
Yeah, pretty much. But I'd like to know who's on that board who chooses the best nominations,
Yeah.
because I wonder if they're all Americans.
And maybe they only give the
Hmm.
foreign cinema ones to, probably a worldwide board of
Yeah.
judgment. That would make a lot of sense.
It's like I remember watching the BAFTAs earlier this year, wasn't it? Or yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, but when that came out, and I remember like Brad Pitt won Best Supporting Actor for Once Upon a Time, and he wasn't there to pick it up. But then you look at the Oscars, and it's very rare that you get like, oh, this person's not here, so we've got this surrogate person to come pick it up for them.
Yeah.
And it kind of shows like maybe the film industry is a bit too Americanized in that way.
It's the hub, isn't it? I guess
Yeah.
it's where it is. It's,
Yeah, Hollywood.
yeah,
It's like-
as you said, perfect. It's Hollywood.
So after the previous two episodes, the first one, High Rise, a British film. The second one, Django, a Spanish film.
Italian.
Italian.
Yeah, Italian. Sorry, I meant that. I was thinking of spaghetti, and then like
Oh, yes, spaghetti, the famous Spanish food. Yeah.
I
get
went
you. Don't worry.
with the spa. because that's how you do geography.
Oh, of course.
That's the best. I'll give you that one. I enjoyed it enough for as excuses go. That one's a good one. I went off the spur.
Let you off.
Oh, okay. Well, but High Rise didn't exactly perform very well at the box office, but
as we did tear apart, I guess.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, but basically, the fact that it didn't make as much money, I would say, it is in part because of the fact that it is a wholly British film. Like,
I would agree.
You know, when you market a British film to Americans, they kind of struggle with it sometimes, I think.
Yeah, unless it's got American names in it or, American producers.
Which is like a bit of a tangent here, but I remember a while back on Reddit, I saw a post from somebody fan casting Captain Britain and Black Knight after the Guy Ritchie supposed directing leak. And basically the person who'd cast a Dutch actor as Captain Britain. And so I commented saying, like, don't you think that they should be from Britain to play Captain Britain? Just a suggestion.
Yeah.
And someone replied to me saying, like, what, so actors can't play people from other countries? But I went back with, like, well, imagine if Captain America was played by a British guy.
Imagine if Spider-Man was,
not Spider-Man, but like, Captain America.
The American, the one based in the country. I do understand that sort of.
So that's why I think, like, if you try and sell Captain Britain or British stuff to America, they sometimes do have a view of like, oh, but it's not American, is it?
It's why Fantastic Beasts did better over there than it did over here, even though it's a product so ingrained in sort of the British culture, giving it to, like, almost loaning Harry Potter as a license to them so they could have their American set film, sort of obviously impacted it very positively over there. However, it sort
I'll
of
just spoil it for you.
Over here, though.
Fantastic Beasts isn't actually a book.
Exactly.
No, it's a fictional book.
Yeah, no. The fictional book, though, is just like a list of animals.
Yeah, it's basically one of those. What were they called? Do you remember? It was like the
creatures or something.
Oh, in our childhood when you look at our schools. Do you remember those books? And it was like not How to Train Your Dragon, but it was like Dragonology. And
like the Ice.
Do you remember those,
etc.?
No,
exactly.
No. It was like the fake creature
fake
books.
encyclopedias. Yeah,
fake. Yeah,
it's basically one of those.
Yeah.
And they've somehow managed to twist it because it was that Newt Scamander did detail that some of the creatures were found in America. So Mr. Warner Brothers himself must have been like, "Oh, I see money signs."
Yes, Mr. Warner Brothers.
Mr. Warner Brothers himself, Mr. Warner Dash Brothers.
Of course.
Oh no, Mr.
He's
Warner
both
Brothers. Yeah, it's like Mr. Mr. Time Warner. Mr. MGM,
or even spoiler alert, like Mr. Alfred Thingymabob from Prestige.
Oh wow, what a segue!
Is that a segue?
It's almost seamless. That was
a segue.
I mean, there's illusions, and then there's that, master of subtlety, Dom.
Very nice.
So, Harry, would you like to introduce this film?
Okay, so Batman fights Wolverine with wizardry. Is that what we're going with? No? Okay.
Well, yeah, but you missed the part about Alfred.
Oh, and Alfred, yeah.
Alfred helping a guy called Alfred.
Alfred, he's Michael Caine, also known as permanently Alfred Pennyworth. Of course, I'm sure everyone enjoyed that as a, demonstration of the knowledge that we know about this film.
Yeah.
The true
Black Widow is in it.
I'm not stalling to get up the description. I'm not.
Of course not.
What? No.
So essentially,
definitely not.
It's Wolverine.
Yeah, I've got it now. If you can.
It's Wolverine fighting Batman and Scarlet. And
it's the prequel to The Greatest Showman, right?
I was surprised. Like, Hugh Jackman likes to play those characters, doesn't he?
He does.
Like, he just likes to play
loves
that
a bit
character.
of theatre.
It's a bit kind of. I know he was a theatre actor and stuff, But it's
Oh,
a bit like
It's
he plays the
flamboyant, it's
same-
campy, it's
Yeah.
yeah.
He likes to have the showman. Like,
Definitely.
it's
So basically, it's just two friends who are magicians
they're
who
friends.
end up in a big rival. They were originally as part of a magician charlatan scam to sort of make stuff sell, I guess. And then it's adapted into a big rivalry that spans, I'm guessing, could be up to 5 years?
It's years, ages.
Years, where they one up each other, stealing tricks, stealing illusions, until Christian Bale's character, what's his last name? Barden, was it?
Yeah,
Borden.
something like that.
Borden creates what seemingly is the best magic trick out there at the time, which makes Wolverine extremely jealous. And it's a story of betrayal, trickery, sneakery. Any words with "iri" on the end, guys, that you can think of that sort of sum up this film? Made up or real?
Ooh,
Magic-y?
it's illusion-y.
Illusion-y, perfect.
Illusion-y. Well, it's
Prestige.
Prestige-y.
It's,
Yes, that's the title, right? The Prestige-y.
Of course.
3-acty.
Very much so.
Whereas it's probably more than 3 acts if you look at it. Like, break it down, you could probably break it into more than 3 acts, but
Yeah.
it's a weird one.
With all the
With all
time
the layers.
hopping and because onions have layers in it. It's one of them.
I did suggest that maybe the structure is like the magic trick, like the thingy, and then the prestige. And I didn't look into that.
Oh no, but you are right. You are right, my friend. It is.
Yeah.
Well, it's story, isn't it? A magic trick is, as screenwriters, as we're learning, is like a story. You've got to hook them.
Yeah.
You've got to keep them going in the middle with maybe raise some questions that sort of they want answers to, and then you've got to hit it out the park with the ending.
Oh,
the
they
prestige.
actually did it. They did it.
Big tada.
Yeah. So
You're
the
right.
first act is the normal bit where they're friends and stuff, and then they they break up being friends. Second act is them being like rivals, but it's still pretty average,
Yeah.
And then the third act is a long third act when it starts getting kind of wacky and like magical,
Yeah.
and scientific and stuff.
Well, to cut, I thought it was done when Wolverine himself came to meet Nolan's Batman in prison. I thought that was
Literally,
it. Like
yeah.
that would have been the haha touche, the prestige. He's alive, and I was
that would
ready
be easy.
to. Yeah, 14 minutes after that, we were still going strong to see the final curtain call. Badumch, one of them.
Nice.
You got to stick with it. It's a good one.
It's a very complex narrative. I feel you've got a lot of, plates being spun.
Oof.
You got story being told from not only the diaries, but also you've got the prison. You've got what's going on in the past, the present. It's just absolutely mad.
And obviously, it was the film you chose for us to watch, and this is, I'm guessing, because it's like one of your preferences, one of your favorites. I don't want to put favorites in your mouth just to.
No, it's totally one of my favorites. Like the script itself, I've looked at it, and it's just baffling how anyone could write anything like this, and yet it just works. It works on all levels, and it's just my kind of film, really.
Honestly, it was just. It's a hell of a ride, isn't it? It's I don't think it's been imitated since. I don't think there's very many films that have so many
twists. Well, not even twists, like different things that happen.
Actually, hints, tricks.
Harry, that was, you just got muted. I don't know how it happened. You just got muted for like a minute there. Well, not a minute, but whoops.
Oh, that's a yikes. However, we move technical difficulties and all.
That was,
let's blame lockdown, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know what happened there, but yes,
That's cool. Yeah,
Good.
don't worry. Good show.
Bollocks.
I can't even remember. Like, I'm no judge of where we were. I'm just saying, good film. Many twists, many
I just looked at the screen and saw it just said Harry Gibbs
magic.
muted.
a big yikes.
Well,
Never mind. It's all good.
where was I? Where were you even?
That's
Greg saved this.
Greg, the hero.
Yeah, something that that I think is absolutely brilliant is the casting of Bowie as Tesla.
Oof.
You know
That
what I
was a
mean?
good
Who else could have played him?
Well, there's
Honestly,
probably a lot
that
of
was-
actors, but
However, Dom, we will indulge the fact that they picked
However,
Bowie, and it was stunning.
Was
It's-
it his first choice?
he like encapsulated everything that you'd imagine about the sort of, obviously Tesla's real, but he's almost like myth as well. We know all of these designs, we know all of these ideas, and to finally see someone embody them without being like, you know, the monster of the week, like you sort of just be like, this is Tesla, the man with the ideas. He played it so nuanced, so subtle.
the thing is, he barely actually does anything. He barely says anything.
But he doesn't need to.
No, but
Yeah,
even then, it's like I can see the theory about Andy Serkis being Tesla makes some sense, but then it doesn't make sense because why would his
Tesla was real.
why would his like fake double not talk much?
Yeah,
Hmm.
it should
Like,
be the other way
doubles is
around, shouldn't
definitely-
it?
Yeah.
Really,
The
you
double
could almost
would be
imply that
doubles
maybe
are something.
Bowie is the real Tesla in this.
Mm.
Oh,
No, we'll
God.
never know.
I guess we'll
It's-
never know.
It's a weird film. Like
Hmm.
the fact that like the Tesla thing, it does come out of nowhere,
Oh yeah,
and
and like that may be my one problem with it. I mean, I've heard loads of theories that could like dispel sort of the ending, and it's like makes it feel like whoever wrote it was a very clever person. Whoever wrote the theory, I mean, as in like the fact that Tesla builds Wolverine himself, a cloning, well, in all sense of purposes, a cloning machine in 1899 is sort of an interesting.
Do you want to hear?
idea.
Do you want to hear my theory that I suggested last night?
Ooh.
So, talking about having a discussion with James after the PS5 discussion, you know, obviously Christopher Nolan has another film coming out soon called Tenet, you know, and he also has a film
Very
called
much looking forward to
Inception.
it.
Now, these deal with kind of sci-fi elements that are still kind of grounded in reality. So my suggestion
Yes.
was, what if it's all in one like linear universe?
Oh,
So
that is a
because
Oh,
if you
yeah.
think about
big
it,
brain theory.
if you think about it, 1899 or whatever it was, I don't know, late
Yeah.
1800s, and you have this guy, you have Nikola Tesla who creates a cloning machine, and then you have a guy who creates like dream invasion things.
Extraction.
Yeah, and then you have a guy who creates like time, or woman, yeah, and you have someone who creates a time manipulating thing, potentially. Like that it makes sense that could be in the same universe.
Hmm.
Definitely.
The Nolan Cinematic Universe.
The Nolan's, the NCU, like
Oh no,
CNCU didn't have the
yeah,
same ring
yeah,
to
the
it.
CNC,
Sounds like a disease organization.
yeah, pretty much is.
Just a bit.
But it's so true. I was reading it's funny you say that. I was reading a theory the other night from the Tenet trailer itself. This is going to be a complete Nolan rabbit hole again. So
Yeah, it is.
indulge me for a split second. So it's the fact that someone believes that Robert Pattinson's character and I'm going to use a character name. Do you remember Fleur from Harry Potter? Fleur Delacour? You know, she's in, is it her? Maybe it's not her. The one from Bond that's in Tenet?
No clue.
The one who goes, in fact, you're catching the bullet. Like,
Oh right,
that one.
the one who's with him and he's shooting the guns and stuff.
yes.
Okay.
Someone has a theory that those two are James and Philippa Cobb's children from Inception.
Oh.
Is that Leonardo
And that
DiCaprio's
might-
Yeah,
guy?
I've seen that.
Yeah.
That
And that
theory.
Michael Caine's going to be playing the same character as he did in Inception.
And he's going to be playing the same character as he did in The Prestige.
And all
He's
of them are
immortal.
Alfred Pennyworth.
All of them. Yeah, Batman's going to show up. It's just great big
A shudder through
crossover.
my body happens every time they call him like another name besides Alfred. Like,
But-
what was his name in that? Was it like Park? No,
I don't have a clue. I forgot.
I can't remember. I'm going to quickly look over my
Because I just found it funny that it was Alfred
Cutter.
helping Alfred.
Alfred helping Alfred, who is Batman.
Who is Batman? Yeah. It's like,
That is, yeah. Oh, you've made me feel sick now. Thank you. That's a highlight to the afternoon. That's my brain's imploded.
but my I strongly believe that he is alive at the end of the film. Thingy,
Right.
the great thingy Bob did.
The greatest Wolverine.
Yeah,
Danton.
the Wolverine guy. I believe he's alive
Danton.
because it feels a bit strange. Like you have this machine that creates duplicates, and you wouldn't create a duplicate for yourself to stand in if you were to go down.
It's a tough one though, because I don't know if there's a shared consciousness sort of thing. I'm not sure, because obviously he remembers, I'm assuming he remembers everything, because clearly that clone knew where the gun was when he
Yes.
placed it on the side.
It's confusing because it's like you don't know whether, because he says like I don't know whether I'm going to be the man in the box or the like other guy, you know.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think the idea is like because when he first does it at the end of the film, where you see and the one who walked into the machine is still stood there, and he's about to shout something at the other one, and then he gets shot and and dies.
Yeah.
It kind of comes across like maybe that one in there, like maybe the guy who doesn't move is the actual like original, because that make more sense.
Yeah, I sort of maybe they both think they're the original because it's sort of
Yeah.
literally just like a split. It's a tough one, like because I'm inclined to agree with you with this theory, and I got quite annoyed when I was reading. I can't remember what website. Harvard referencing has gone to part since being gone. But there was it was saying it was like ending explained, The Prestige, and
Fuck off,
someone
is it?
just dismissed it. You see that body or just another Angers
Wait,
inside one of the vats. At
Someone
the
tried
end.
to dismiss that, like act as if
Yeah,
it didn't have.
he was just went, and that shows that clearly Hugh Jackman killed many of his clones
Well, yeah, he
whilst
did.
doing performances. Yeah, we knew that, but he made that body in there as if it wasn't there for a reason. Like it wasn't there to sort of hint to people that the story might not be over. He just literally tried to.
It's not the stories. It's not the stories might be over. It's like it's kind of to show like because he says to Fallon, like all my dark, like do you want to see what it cost me? And he's like,
Yeah.
look, and he's just like, I don't really care. So it's basically just showing the audience, what he was trying to point out, what it cost him.
Yeah.
So
I
it's
just
not-
don't like how this person was like listening to all the cool theories and then like took someone's theory and was like, no. Like this
That's
is
how
all
you
it's
make a
ours,
fan
it's
theory,
ours,
isn't
isn't
it?
it? It is. It's exactly. You need people to sort of catch on and express themselves on sort of theories like that.
You see, I believe that Bruce Wayne in this
Yeah.
is the son of the daughter of Alfred.
The son of the daughter of
All
Alfred.
right, good work.
So the daughter of Alfred is thingy Martha Wayne, because we never find her name because she gets adopted.
Yeah,
I'm making this up as I go.
That's why
You
she's. Oh my god, because they're not family, and that's
They're
why
not.
Alfred means so much to the Waynes. Oh my god.
What's her name? What's the girl's name? His daughter,
Jess.
Jess. Yeah, so she gets adopted, and they rename her Martha.
Why did you say that name?
That's the whole plot of this film.
We're getting.
And then it all
yeah,
ties
I
into
believe you.
into DCU.
Oh,
The CNCU obviously is going to have an ambitious crossover with the MCU and DCEU.
I mean, it's gonna happen, and
Yeah, I mean, why we even talk about it? You know, it's just one of those things that's just like written in, you know,
So-
slated.
The Prestige.
Oh, I liked how you said it. That
Good
should have been their
film.
marketing campaign.
The Prestige.
Prestige.
It's got to get the eroticism, whatever it is. Or the
Yes,
Rs,
I'll
the rolling
agree.
Rs.
The rolling, yeah.
But so the Prestige, I didn't do it that time because I'm being professional. So it basically follows Magic Dude 1 and Magic Dude 2 and Magic Dude 3, who's also Magic Dude 1 sometimes. And Magic Dude 2 has a wife who does magic tricks with Magic Trick, all of them. And then she dies.
Magic Trick Alfred. And
Alfred is in on it the whole time. Not Alfred. Michael Caine is in on it the whole time because he has an axe, yet he doesn't use it until it's too late.
yeah. Why is the glass so thick? That glass is needlessly thick. Can we just
it's that thickness because it has to hold the pressure of the water.
makes sense? Sorry,
So it
that
makes
was me
sense.
being
Mm.
dumb. Yeah, that
However,
was me using.
however,
but it is
right,
magic. However,
him using an axe is the most pointless thing ever. Like anything with a point on it would be better than that.
yeah.
Like
Like
chisel or
anything,
something.
yeah. Just a pickaxe, anything would be better than a fucking axe.
That thing that Batman used to chop off, spoiler alert, other Batman's fingers off would have done a better job to open the glass.
Or just shoot it.
Oh,
no.
Sorry, no, I meant the little
Oh,
chisel.
oh,
the little he did on his fingers,
Yeah.
you know.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, oh god.
Lol.
I mean, I don't think that sacrifice is nearly as much as him, Wolverine's wife, literally getting like drowned. But
yeah.
I mean, it's not a very good argument, is it? It's like sacrifice. You don't even know sacrifice. He had to cut his 2 fingers off. Like what?
Yeah, but he loses his daughter. And
Kind of.
because she's still alive and has a very rich family.
He sees her again in Batman Begins. It's okay.
Yeah, it's all right. Don't worry, it's all right.
Yeah. It's all calm.
But-
Just a
We're
quick
good.
character change.
So, to continue my explanation, so Magic Dude, whatever one, Magic Dude
Alpha.
1 and 3, who are technically the same person sometimes, have got 2 girlfriends or / wife, and the one girlfriend basically kills herself because she's sad, and
True.
and basically you find out that Magic Dude 3, who is also disguising himself as not Magic Dude 4, is like doing stuff.
Wait, there's a 4th one?
Fallon.
Henchman Man 1
So
Of course.
Henchman
yes.
Henchman 1
is Magic Man
has
4.
been swapping places
Who's
with
actually
Magic Man 1 and basically doing his wife and stuff.
Thanks for
and-
clearing this up, Dom, by the way. This is...
Hmm.
I'm trying to remember the plot of the film. So basically, he loves her on some days, but other days he doesn't because they're swapping
That was the
places.
biggest clue.
No, it wasn't.
Definitely. Like,
The biggest clue
That
for
was one
me
of
was when the bird gets killed and he goes,
the brother.
"Where's his brother?"
Yeah.
And it's like,
oh, yeah.
that's so on the nose.
See,
It's-
this is my little thing about the film. I knew there was some spooky strangeness going on because it's Nolan and there wouldn't not be. But I didn't know the exact twists. So I was constantly like Sherlock hat on for like the whole film. But that did sort of take away the thing. As someone who didn't know the twist, I was sort of like, that was a very forced brothers line. And he almost like Batman, Magic Man 1, really made it like an obvious wink to the audience when he said it. He's like, he's a bright kid, huh? Like,
Are you a fucking idiot?
Am I right, audience?
literally. If it was just a line where it's just like, what about his brother? And then it like cuts to the other scene, that would have been like, ha, funny Nolan. Like, but no, they had to make it a proper like Inception sort of gag.
I've just realised I've probably sworn a bit more today.
Honestly, how dare you? To be honest,
How dare I? I
It's
forgot.
supposed to be family friendly.
Family
Yeah.
friendly. Yeah, a film that has a film that has
all
like
of the Magic
multiple
Mans
depths.
of the future. Magic Man's 5 and 6. Think
What about Top Hats 1 through 30?
Top Hats 1 through 30,
And the
That-
cat. The
Oh
cat.
my god, that
Imagine them-
Gollum boy and Magic
cats.
Magic 80s Music Man, like
So
made.
yeah, so we have basically Magic Man 1 is in prison, but Magic Man 2 has given him his journal or something. Don't know how he got the
Yeah.
journal.
The journals are a big MacGuffin that is just there
It's
to be like a
such a
narration.
it's such a
Oh,
plot
absolutely.
point. It's such a like it's a too easy plot point. Like
I did love it though, where it got fully like Rick and Morty though, where it's proper just like, now you're reading this and I'm watching you and you're watching this because I made you watch this
and
and
I've
I'm going to
tricked
get
you
the trick.
into
And
that.
literally, it's like, no, he could have literally chose to not read it.
It's like
But
no,
both of
it's
their
like,
temptation.
how long did it take you to fucking read this book? It doesn't look that big. Just
when
read
did he
it.
write that last entry? Why was
And now you have.
time travel.
Now I've
Yeah, exactly.
given you Tesla, and
so why did he?
That's
Oh, and
not
the other
right.
one, and Wolverine, Magic Man 2. His last entry was like, and now you're going to be sitting there in your jail cell reading this, and it's like, well, how did he know the book would get to him in the jail cell? Exactly
that's
to the
why,
way it did.
That's actually why I do say that he's alive at the end,
yeah,
because I know that he goes and visits him at the prison, but it's a bit too easy.
Yes.
yeah.
It's a bit too easy how it happens, and that could just be Nolan showing up his flaws.
Magic Man 6 Nolan, you mean? Right.
Yep.
Okay, yeah.
But I feel like it feels a bit too kind of easy for him not to have had a duplicate standing by, essentially.
Yeah.
So obviously, so what happened, right, is so the one who is his actual duplicate, like the one that they find in the pub.
Right.
So he is Magic Man 25, right, from the future, from Tenet. And he got sent back in time, and he's actually one of the clones of
Attack of the
the
Clones.
original. Yeah, so there's going to be like tons of Hugh Jackmans
Oh my god.
running around with magic.
All of his characters from various films, even the rat from Flushed Away, just rocks up. sort
Just
of.
the rat.
Yes.
Oh god, I want this film. We're talking about the NCU, the Nolan Christian universe.
You see, the best film is
ah,
Flushed Away in Shark Tale.
I want a Hugh Jackman cinematic universe where it's just all of them fighting for like 2.5 hours.
Australia, the film that I thought was Australasia.
Just continent of the film.
Don't know why I thought it was that, but
Oh my god, it's the sequel to Madagascar: Escape to Africa, right?
I don't know.
It's definitely not.
It's a film.
Madagascar, the film with the talking lion, zebra.
And Sacha Baron Cohen,
Yes,
And
playing
Zoo.
King Julian, right?
legend.
Magic Man 28. Right, yeah.
So, what do you
Make it
guys
happen.
think on the Prestige?
I think as Greg sort of cattle herded us into this sort of conversation by recommending it, I'd like to hear your dedicated analysis.
Yeah, I'd say it definitely 100% holds up since the last time I watched it. It's definitely one of those films where you watch it and on multiple viewings, you notice all the different layers and things. So one of the things I noticed this time is if you look at Alfred Baldwin and Robert Angier's initials, put them together, they spell Abra,
Oh, that's
as in abracadabra. Yeah,
Unless
so
you do it the
cool.
other way around.
yeah, but then
You just want to see the
wrong.
world burn, I swear.
It's a cool fan theory until you just don't do it that way.
Which means it doesn't work the other way then, I guess. Because it doesn't work the one.
Yeah, just
Oh, that's actually so cool. Is it based right? So this is we're giving all the credit.
It's based
to Nolan.
on a
It's
book.
based off a novel, right? Yeah.
It
So-
is, yes.
it was apparently, this is Amazon speaking, well, IMDb and whatever, but it was meant to be someone else.
Oh, you sound like
Some other director was meant to have it, and they were going to make it a sequel to one of their other movies.
Oh, Sam Mendes.
Yeah, Sam Mendes. Yeah,
Ooh, bad idea.
yeah, and I don't
Evil
understand
Dead,
how this would be a sequel to anything.
No, that's wrong. Never mind.
How could this be a sequel? Like, it's.
Do we know what the original film was? Because
Yeah,
I will
it
die a
was.
sad death if I don't.
It was. Sam Mendes. What's the film called?
Something.
American Beauty, I think it was.
Oh, what?
Wait, let me just check
No.
that. Let me check. I'm
The
just
Kevin
guessing.
Can't
Spacey
be.
nonce sort of film, which is kind of what it was, sadly.
With Kevin Spacey.
Yeah, there's some sad foreshadowing there, which we don't. America. There was no Magic Man 3 in, or like any Magic Men in American Beauty.
Oh yeah, it was. It was a. Yeah, he wanted to do it as a follow-up to American Beauty.
What?
How?
I don't know. I haven't seen the
That
film.
he tried. Well, it's like a high school set one about like a middle-aged man that falls in love with a cheerleader, right?
Yes.
I have no clue.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's like
That's-
trying to reinvigorate his life because he believes he's going to die in a year.
Sorry. The
And so, yeah,
editing-
it's a midlife crisis.
the editing
God.
includes 146 jump cuts,
Oh my god. It
Which
didn't
means-
feel like that many,
which
did
means
it?
almost one timeline jump per minute of movie.
I mean, that's how great the editing is. It was
Yeah, how do you
invisible.
write that?
This is one of 3 2006 movies to feature magic and magicians as the main characters.
Can we guess the others? Or can we try and guess?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Does it say them there? Right, for
Yeah,
you.
it does.
in
I've
case
got them
it's-
too.
Right, 2006.
Was one of them Harry Potter?
No. He's a
Oh.
wizard, not a magic and magician.
Oh, magicians. Damn. Sorcerer's
That's all I can
Apprentice,
think of.
the remake. No, that was later for
no,
sure.
it's not. I'll just say it.
Yeah.
The
tragic.
Illusionist.
Oh, I forgot to.
And
I was going to say
Scoop.
I don't know Scoop, but The Illusionist is what I really think. Depends which came out first. They feel like the exact same film, but like The Prestige is so much better. But it feels like they're like the same time period about an illusionist who tries to get like the greatest trick of all.
Yeah, it's very prestige.
But it's Norton, not Nolan. Ed Norton, isn't it? I believe.
Ah. Hmm.
But it's another Magic Man. He can be Magic Man 7,
8, 9, 10, whatever.
Magic Man Hulk.
Oh,
Yeah.
this was his lowest rated movie on Rotten Tomatoes until Interstellar.
Gosh.
That's weird. Isn't it still really high?
It's 76, and
Oh,
Interstellar's 71.
What?
So
Oh,
it's-
Interstellar's
no.
really good as well. Ooh, that's a weird one from Rotten Tomatoes there.
yeah, it's weird.
I don't agree. Wasn't Django
No.
92?
What?
Django was 92, right? When we were on 90? Something like that. Like really high.
Oh
it
yeah,
when we
yeah. It was like So I thought you meant year then. I was just
Oh,
So what are you on there?
1990s Django.
wait. What? This is one of 2 Christopher Nolan films in which a character has a 2-headed coin.
Yeah, the Dark Knight.
Of course.
No, but
Yeah,
who
makes
has it in
sense.
this film?
Oh, he gives Batman Magic Man 1 gives it to
Child
the little
boy.
boy who saw the bird get yeeted.
Oh yeah, he does. Yeah.
Yeah, he's
He's
just like,
oh my
don't
god,
tell anyone
he's
about this
Harvey
coin."
Dent. Then is that what we're saying? Like this is
Oh.
too scarily weird.
And he
'Cause didn't
scratches.
he make Batman
scratches
Begins in
out.
2005?
Yeah, he had
Yes.
a run of good films.
Yeah.
Like it was weird.
Are you saying it's over? Is that it now? Like,
It might be. Who
oh,
knows?
he did well. He did well. Oh,
R.I.P.
Wow. Oh, that's
career.
This movie
mad.
This movie was one of 2 movies released in the fall of 2006 that featured Hugh Jackman and Andy Serkis. Can you guess the other one?
That featured both of them together.
Yeah.
It wasn't
Planet of the
enough.
Apes?
Ooh.
Yeah, it's flushed away.
Flushed away.
No
Damn.
way.
Look at it. We're coming full circle. Look at us. That's a segue and a half.
That was
So now we're
hell
talking
of
about
a-
the section of the video where we love Flushed Away.
It's a hell of a film.
It's a hell of a film.
Who is in
Honestly,
that?
I need to
film?
watch it again.
Who's in Flushed Away? It's a decent cast, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like one of those. Oh, I did want to live there in that film universe for a good portion of my formative years.
We've got Hugh Jackman, Kate Winslet, Ian McKellen, Andy Serkis, Jean Reno, Bill Nighy,
He was the
Shane
frog, wasn't he?
Ritchie.
The frog.
Miriam
Mm.
Margolyes, David
Come on.
Suchet,
Suchet.
Suchet.
Yeah,
Susan
Poirot.
Durden, I don't know, Kathy Burke, Rachel
Durden.
Rawlinson, Douglas Weston, Miles.
Basically all TV actors from
These
Britain,
are all, like,
along with
nobodies now,
Hugh
yeah.
Jackman and Kate Winslet.
So basically, you got like the first few. So up
Does
to
he do a British
Sid.
accent in it?
Who? Hugh Jackman.
Huge Wolverine. Yeah.
Huge Wolverine. Yes.
Huge Magic Man too.
Huge. It's got it's the featured song is "Dancing with Myself."
By Billy Idol or remade?
I think it's the original.
That's a
Yeah,
tune,
it's the original.
to be fair.
Yeah, it is.
It has a 73% on Rotten Tomatoes. So Flushed Away is better than The Prestige. Oh no, sorry, no, it's better than
Confirmed.
Interstellar.
Better than Interstellar.
Better than Interstellar. I mean,
Of course, you look at it face value and you're like, well, duh. Like,
I mean, it's
Oh.
made by the same people who made Wallace and Gromit, so you know.
it's like a weird Aardman one though, because was it CGI'd? I feel like it was, wasn't it?
I have
Like,
no
instead of being
clue.
actual.
Yeah, it's completely CGI because
Clémission.
the studio burnt
Flushed
down.
Away
Oh yeah.
made 64.5
years ago.
basically $million.
Years ago. 64 point, like the dinosaurs.
Yes,
Wait, how much was it made on?
on.
Sorry, what was the budget?
I know,
I
I
should have
need-
said that in English. What was
I
the
need
budget?
to. I need
You
to
know?
find the budget. Yeah, it had a budget of 149 million, which is insane,
Yeah.
and a box office of 178.3 million.
That's,
So, it was Aardman.
yeah. But it
But
just
it-
wasn't their
yeah, it
traditional
was
claymation.
Yeah, it was a weird one, wasn't it? Yeah, Chicken Run 2. Very good film.
Confirmed.
Yes, it's coming up.
What's their next film? Have they got any other films?
What do you want the subtitle of Chicken Run 2 to be?
Oh, Chicken Run.
This time it's personal.
I'm sorry, that sounded so like
That's too
so
like,
rehearsed. Like you've been saving that one for years. I like that. This
Oh, it
time
should be
it's
the tagline
personal.
to any sequel.
Oh God!
oh man.
This time they don't give a cluck. No. What else could we?
So
Oh my God, that was too good. This time it's fun. I want to see that.
I have no clue. Chicken Run 2.
Um,
Beak Week.
I don't know. Clucking away.
High Road to Hen. Cluck, cluck. I love that. Yeah.
They're trying to jump over a fence or something, wasn't it?
Isn't that just the whole plot of the first one?
The premise: the chickens,
much.
after escaping the farm, have been living on a new island where they enjoy the. What island? I haven't watched this film in
Chicken
years, so I don't know. Oh,
Wait, is
is
this an
it
actual
funny?
premise?
yeah, that was
Oh, wait,
on.
they
That's
did live on an
Wikipedia.
island at the end, didn't they? They escaped and like sort of
Mm.
had their War of the Planet of the Apes.
Isn't
like,
it funny how
Thanos
Aardman,
farm thing?
yeah.
you know, Aardman films, they've always got like a dark undertone to them.
Oh, definitely. Well, it
They're
was the
such-
chicken holocaust,
Mm.
basically, wasn't it?
I mean, you've got the one with the like robot dog, and he's making like things into. He's making like the kidnapped sheep into like
Oh.
dog food or something, isn't he?
Wrong trousers? No, that's
No, that's the
one.
penguin one.
No, that's close shave.
Well, it's
Close shave.
shave. Yeah.
And then
I
you've got
forgot that one
the bread. You've got the
existed by now.
bread one,
Oh my God, where
where
she's
it's
just a serial killer.
She's a serial killer with
She's
bread.
just a serial killer. Like that's it.
There's no
There's no-
distinction.
She does not like bakers.
And then she
There's
dies
no
at the
Aardman
end.
shenanigans there, is there? She's just like it's just an episode of like Criminal Minds.
She gets murderized.
Mm.
It's a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you got Curse of the Were Rabbit.
a horror film, if we've ever seen one.
What a...
I mean, that first bit does haunt me still a little bit. You know, like the big thudding feet, like stealing the crops.
That was a hell of a film.
It's kind of similar to Hot Fuzz.
I put in the word curse, and Wallace and Gromit was the first thing that came up.
Yes, we made it.
95% of Rotten Tomatoes, so confirmed right here. Wallace and Gromit: Curse of the Were-Rabbit is better than Prestige and Inception.
They haven't made one in a while, have they?
No.
They made like a few
it's
of
because the guy died, didn't he?
Yeah, but I found out that he actually didn't do the voice of Wallace in their most recent one. Like, because he was still alive while the last one was made, but he'd retired. So they I thought that he'd done it until the end.
No.
Until I found out it was one other guy for the last one.
Had Peter Sallis, so Wallace, Helena Bonham Carter, Ralph Fiennes, Peter MacKay, and Mark Gatiss.
Damn.
And then the other people are like, minor people. So there's no point mentioning them.
We don't care about them, is what you're saying, Don. You can rip the Band-Aid off, it's fine.
They're not as important as the other people.
Oh, wow. Look at that, Harsh. Wow.
But let's put it this way, right? It was on a budget of 30 million and it made 192.6 million.
How, though? Because I swear, didn't it air live on BBC? I'm pretty sure we never had to pay
that was the bread one.
Oh, okay.
That was the bread one, because that was like a special. They did that as I think that was like a charity thing they did that with.
So did the other ones come out in cinema?
No, this was the only one I think that came out in cinema.
Because it's a very strange concept, isn't it? I don't think I'd ever would I pay for a Wallace and Gromit film? I know they're always quality.
If they re-released this, I would go and see it in the cinema.
Oh, absolutely. 4K.
I'm hooked for Chicken Run 2's plot now.
Chicken Run 2.
Two magicians against each other.
Oh.
But they're chickens, right?
They just announced that he's directing it.
No, Nolan's Wallace and Gromit. Why would I actually pay my whole livelihood to watch that?
Wallace and Gromit just competing against each other.
See also Wallace and Gromit. Sorry,
like you've never heard of them before. See also Wallace and Gromit. Oh
man,
God.
Icons.
Good time to be alive, isn't it?
It's the fact that it's such a weird thing, isn't it? It's so weird.
How did we get here?
Yeah,
I'm glad we got here, to be honest.
A matter of loaf and death, a close shave, the wrong trousers, a grand day out, and the curse of the Were-Rabbit.
Whoever comes up with their puns for the names just deserves all of the makings and earnings.
But then you got
film,
the best one ever, a Shaun the Sheep movie, Farmageddon.
Isn't that really new? Was that this year?
It's going on Amazon this month, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, right.
So we'll have to do a video on that.
We're watching that then? Yeah.
Shaun the Sheep.
Maybe we should just watch it to have it as part of a video.
Yeah.
Instead.
In 2015,
Let's do it.
they did Shaun the Sheep, the Farmer's Llamas.
What? Straight to DVD, I hope.
I don't know, but it sounds like...
Farmageddon sounds like a bit of a groove. It's like the Ice Age ones, with the continental drifts and stuff. I don't know if I want any other Shaun the Sheep world films, though. I think we've seen enough world building for him to join the cinematic universe already.
Yeah, I think he needs to stop,
It's like they didn't make Iron Man 4, did they, before Endgame?
A Grand Day Out is 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. Wrong Trousers, 100%. A Close Shave, 100%. Curse of the Were-Rabbit, 95%. Shaun the Sheep the movie, 99%.
What?
And Farmageddon, 97%.
Wait, Shaun the Sheep
the movie. That's
like calling it the book of the film. Shaun the Sheep the movie is the most boring name.
It's just Shaun the Sheep movie. And then
I'm pretty sure I've seen the trailer.
I've seen the movie. It's actually not that bad.
Is it where the farmer goes to sleep? And he
they go to town. They go to London or something. And it's like
they're in London town.
There's a London. Yeah, but there's a animal catcher chasing them.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, that's it. And the farmer wakes up in a barber's and thinks he's a barber now.
Oh, I was expecting a fresh trim
logic.
Or something. Yeah, that's what I do that all the time. It's one of my habits, to be honest.
Oh yeah, and in December 2019, they appeared in a DFS advert. Oh my god, Helena Helena
Quickly call
Bonham
the
Carter.
news.
Helena Bonham Carter was in the DFS adverts as her character. She
Oh, man.
reprised the
I
role.
sort of remember
What the
that.
hell?
Why do I sort of remember that?
Because it's
Was it
still on
Chicken Run?
TV. No,
Or,
no.
wait for.
Wallace and Gromit. The DFS
Uh,
ads. That's just mental.
Was she the
man.
serial killer?
She was the like love interest one.
Jeez, Gromit. Yeah.
Jeez.
Uh,
So anyway,
We've gone down
Yeah,
the best
where were
rabbit
we?
hole, or where rabbit hole, to be honest, haven't we?
after about
A
30 minutes of talking about about Wallace the Gromit. Oh my god, this is just, we've lost this episode, haven't we?
It's beautiful.
Oh.
We're keeping it as it is, and they'll love it for
Yeah.
who we are. Just like the
Exactly.
Prestige. Am I right? Segway, boys. Let's go.
Yeah. The
Oh.
Prestige. Now that we've been talking about Wallace and Gromit, I don't know if I can really speak about it in the same light. You know, it's a good film,
Yeah.
but it's certainly not Wallace and Gromit.
To be honest,
I mean, nothing else is.
what would you give it out of 10
Out of
Magic
10.
Men, Greg's? Greg's
Um,
plural. All of the Greg. Oh my god.
Would you give it 1 Greg or 2 Gregs?
1 Greg or 5 Magic Men.
Magic
I'd
Mike's.
give this. I'd give this. I'd say a solid 9 Greg Magic Men out of 10. You know,
Big
It's
just
mega Magic Men.
great film.
That's a
It
hell
is
of a
very
number.
yeah. That's a good
Harry,
one.
how many Greg Magic Men would you give it?
Well, I was going to give it probably 9, but I might give it 8.5 because when you said Magic Mike, I just thought like, wouldn't it have been cool if the director who wanted to make The Prestige a sequel to one of his films before, and if the film before was Magic Mike, then it would have been a 9. Because imagine Wolverine and Nolan's Batman in Magic Mike. So yeah, I'm going to give it a respectable 8.5, pushing to maybe 9.5 on just how much it was cool, I guess. Well, I say that and it sounded dumb, but I just sort of mean as in like, it's like Nolan confused me and whipped me up enough that I just kind of enjoyed the experience as well as the film. Do you kind of get me? Like, that's not
Yeah.
nonsense, I guess.
Yeah, I kind of
Yeah.
get you. Oh.
Experience
about
was
you, Dom?
9.5, film was 8.5. There we go.
Well, I'm going to give it probably same as you, 8.5 to 9. Because it's...
Was that
it's-
Greg's or Magic Man out of 10? Sorry.
Oh, both.
I need the facts.
Both.
Oh,
Yeah, you need to
God.
specify.
10, 9, 8 to 9, 8.9. 8.
8 and 9. 8 and also 9 out of 10.
Oh, we're losing it.
I've lost my mind. 8 and 9 Gregs. Oh my god. Phew. And the reasoning? Cough, cough.
Pull yourself together.
Le composure. Hello?
That was awesome.
Oh god.
Right. So,
Right, you ready?
Right, yeah, we've got this. So if you were going to give it like a quick little description of why you would give it 8 and 9 out of 10, what would it be?
right. So it's an 8.5 to 9 Greg Magic Men's, right, out of 10, because it ain't a chicken run.
Okay.
And that'll do it for this episode.
Great point.
Gonna
Oh,
close
thank
it.
you.
Oh,
Oh, next week, my pick.
Yeah, what's your pick
Um,
next week?
I'm coming in quickly with my pick violently. I think we're going to go with. Oh God, I'd love it if I remembered. Lost in Translation, the Sofia Coppola 2000 something film for all of us to enjoy.
It's got
so
Bill
yeah.
Murray in it.
It's got Bill the Ghostbuster Murray.
But anyway, on that note, go and watch our videos and
Cool.
subscribe.
Yeah.
Have a great week.
Bye.
Goodbye.
See ya.
Well, that was fun, wasn't it?
That was
Oh,
good.
right.
Oh my
I'm
god.
Still, I'm still
Oh my
recording.